Welcome to this explainer. Okay, if you've spent literally any time on the internet lately, you already know the vibe. The digital ecosystem of TikTok in 2026 is, well, it's chaotic, it's fast-paced, and honestly, it's absolutely fascinating. We're talking about a place where a totally random dance in someone's bedroom can explode into global culture in just a few hours. A place where these tiny micro-trends end up shaping how we talk, what we eat, and even how we interact with the real world. So today, we're going to decode all that beautiful chaos.
But first, to really grasp the stakes here, we have to talk about scale. Over 1 billion. Yep, you heard that right. That is how many people are scrolling every single month. To put that into perspective, we're basically looking at a digital town square that holds 1/8 of the entire human population. At this massive scale, trends aren't just passing fads anymore. They are giant cultural waves. They're literally dictating music charts, fashion, and our social behavior.
So how do we make sense of all this noise? We'll break it down into 5 parts. First, the top creators shaping the culture. Then, 2026's most viral dances. Third, audio trends and viral memes. Fourth, we'll put some viral recipes to the test. And finally, we'll look at exactly why we join these challenges. Let's jump right in.
Okay, part 1, top creators shaping the culture. Let's meet the architects. These are the people who don't just follow the tempo, they actually set it for the rest of the globe.
Look, you really can't talk about this platform without bringing up Charli D'Amelio. With over 156 million followers, she is still an absolute titan. But what's truly interesting about her sticking power in 2026 isn't just that massive follower count, it's her adaptability. It's her superpower. She has this incredible knack for taking a viral challenge and injecting it with fresh, super engaging energy. When you watch her content, she isn't just performing for you, she's kind of teaching you how to make a dance work for your own body, rather than just copying a move frame by frame. When she moves, the whole world follows.
Now this brings us to the other side of creator influence. We're talking about Jalaiah Harmon, the genius behind the iconic Renegade dance. She stands as a powerful beacon for creator justice. Her story is this vital reminder of where things actually originate. The most explosive trends, they often don't start in high-end professional studios. No, they're born from grassroots innovation, from young creators just experimenting in their bedrooms. She really represents the true soul of the platform's choreography.
Moving on to part 2, 2026's most viral dances. Let's see how all of this builds into the platform's primary currency. Now, the choreography dominating our feeds this year isn't just random flailing around. It's deeply rooted in established core dance styles. Creators are out there constantly mixing and matching foundational techniques. We're seeing the freestyle fluidity of hip-hop blended seamlessly with the expressive storytelling of contemporary dance. You've got the high-energy, rhythmic motions of house and whacking popping up, right alongside the sharp, aggressive stabs of crumping. It is honestly an incredible melting pot of movement.
And of course, those styles are set to a very specific soundtrack. The dances winning the internet in 2026 span a totally wild spectrum of effort. On one hand, you've got these incredibly fast, super catchy, and simple routines. Think Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso Challenge or that quirky Apple dance from Charli XCX's Sweat Tour. But then, on the exact opposite end of the spectrum, you have high-effort, incredibly smooth, professional-level choreography, like the routine for Don Toliver's Callback. That one takes serious precision and timing. It just proves that users are hungry for a mix of both quick fun and genuine skill building.
Part 3, audio trends and viral memes. This is where we get into those incredibly specific, often hilarious text formats that perfectly capture the 2026 internet zeitgeist. Take a look at one of the funniest things happening right now, the ChatGPT to your ex format. Users will add text like ChatGPT to someone's divorced dad right now, and then just stare into the camera with this deadpan, unnervingly supportive delivery. It plays brilliantly on the reality that AI chatbots will blindly validate whatever toxic or delusional behavior you feed them. The humor totally comes from stripping away all the context and just delivering this calm, robotic validation to absolute, utter chaos. And then, oh man, we have the date night MASH trend. Remember playing MASH as a kid to predict if you live in a mansion or a shack? Well, couples are now adapting it to figure out their evening plans. Instead of just picking where to eat, they write out 4 categories: dinner, activity, treat, entertainment. Then they draw a spiral, count the lines, and let fate systematically eliminate options until the entire evening is locked in. They are completely surrendering to the spiral. And viewers, we absolutely love watching the suspense build, followed by the actual date video.
The algorithm is also obsessed with these highly relatable micro-scenarios. First off, there's the Sunshine Boy trend, where you pair Rihanna's Kiss It Better with photos of your summer self, perfectly capturing that deep, painful winter yearning. Then there's the cleaning trend. You know the one. Filming yourself completely frozen mid-chore, holding a broom, entirely hypnotized by a TV show you only meant to put on in the background. So true, right? We're also seeing Gen Z women reclaim their chaotic habits, like leaving wet laundry in the machine for 3 days, using the Young-Ho audio trend. And finally, the pure unadulterated memory chaos of the 10 game, where friends take turns counting but have to substitute words for numbers until their brains literally break.
Which brings us to part 4, viral recipes put to test. Let's step out of the digital world for a second and look at how these trends physically impact our kitchens.
Now, what's really interesting here is this worth the hype scorecard. The high school journalists over at Ella Stoke actually put these to the test in real life. Logan Moffat's Din Tai Fung-inspired cucumber salad, that scored a perfect 5 out of 5 for being incredibly refreshing. Courtney Bale's viral sweet potato stuffed with cheese scored an awesome 4.5 for being rich and cozy. But hey, it's not all wins. The 2-ingredient yogurt Biscoff cheesecake only managed a 2.5. Turns out it was heavy and tart rather than velvety. And those much-hyped chocolate strawberry yogurt clusters, a super disappointing 2 out of 5.
So the crucial takeaway here is really all about the effort to reward ratio. Logan's cucumber salad is a complete low-effort triumph. I mean, you literally just throw some sliced cucumber, soy sauce, fish sauce, sesame oil, and a couple pantry staples into a container. Give it a good shake, and boom, instant perfect snack. Compare that to the high-effort flop of the yogurt clusters. You've got to chop the fruit, mix it with yogurt, freeze it on parchment paper, dip it in melted chocolate, and freeze it again. And the result? An icy, messy treat that melts everywhere and makes your teeth hurt. Honestly, sometimes simpler really is better.
Part 5. Why we join the challenge. For our final section, let's slow down the pace just a bit and unpack the psychological glue that holds this whole ecosystem together.
I want you to really think about this for a second. Why does a dance move, invented by a teenager in their bedroom on a Tuesday, end up being performed by literally millions of people across multiple continents by Thursday? Like, what are the underlying mechanics of this kind of virality? How does it happen so fast?
Well, it really boils down to 4 key psychological triggers. First, community and belonging. When you do the dance or make that viral recipe, you instantly feel connected to this massive global inside joke. Second, fun and creativity. The platform actively invites you to remix, duet, and reinterpret these trends. You're part of the process. Third, visibility. The algorithm heavily rewards users who hop on trends early, which gives a very real dopamine ahead of potential fame. And finally, accessibility. Most of these trends rely on super simple steps, easy loops, or basic pantry staples, making the barrier to entry incredibly low. Put all that together, and it is a totally irresistible formula.
We've seen just how massive this ecosystem really is, right? From the top-tier creators defining the dances to the relatable micro-memes tracking our daily lives. And the crazy thing is, the tools to participate are literally sitting in the palm of your hand. So I'll leave you with this thought. The next time you open the app and see a brand new trend taking off, are you just going to keep scrolling past the culture, or are you ready to shape it? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.